Hello again, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a whole host of things, from leaks in game to the potential things that we could be seeing within the quality of life update and beyond. First of all, let's talk about what we know is coming up to Rust console, specifically in the next week. Next week on Thursday will be the 25th of September at 7 o'clock, which is UK time. We will be getting weekly server wipe, which will be map and BP wipe as per usual. Monthly servers will only have a map wipe. Skin store rotation will be packs instead of special items. And of course, we'll get the quality of life update. Screenshot on screen for you now is what we know of the quality of life update, which was taken from the changelog from the PTB server. I hopped on the PTB today for around 30 minutes just to test out the new sort of stuff. In my opinion, I could be tripping here, but the graphics do look a little bit different. Specifically, hopefully I've gameplay for you now. The sort of sunrise is a lot more vibrant and a lot more bright. I don't know if that's the same over on main branch. Maybe I'm just clutching at straws and being delusional at this point, but let me know what you think. Is this different to the main branch sort of graphics? The grass or the foliage also looks sharper. This was something that was covered in the changelog, saying that the foliage had an updated texture. Let's get into the main topics for today's video. We're going to be covering bigger maps, traveling vendor, Lumberjack Hazmat, diver propulsion, and a lot more. Over on Rust console or 11's Twitter, a lot of people are crying out pretty much on every post at this point that bigger maps should be a thing, or at least bigger maps and bigger populated servers. Myself, I was one of these people, and they replied to me and replied to a couple of others with the same sort of thing, saying basically be patient. Again, this is something they haven't really done in the past, and to say be patient means somewhat, I would like to assume, this is not fact, that this could be coming sooner rather than later, because I doubt you're going to be saying to someone be patient and it comes out in 2026. At least I hope so. Let's talk about the next update that supports bigger maps actually coming to the game, and that is the Desert Military Base update and the MLRS. Tunnels is still out the picture, but where the hell are they going to put this monument on a 3.5 km map? Bigger maps have to happen, especially with this update. It's a new monument. Not only that, something has come out over on TikTok, and I had a bunch of people tag me in this and, say to me, make a video on this. The traveling vendor was in the PTB version of the game. Now, people have seen in the community servers where you could have had the Frontier DLC, they were able to see that traveling vendor was actually in there. But this user was on a PTB server, and however lucky he was, he had admin access. I don't know whether he was given it or it was just stroke of luck that he joined up the server and he had that admin access. He had showed off two things on his TikTok. That was the Lumberjack Hazmat suit, which I'm surprised to see. I thought it would be the Nomad Hazmat due to the fact we're getting a desert base update. I would have thought that was the Hazmat that would be entailed with the desert base. Still doesn't mean the Lumberjack is coming anytime soon, but it is in the game files, and so is the traveling vendor, which obviously supports bigger maps being more of a thing. Obviously there's a lot of speculation around, but what is the fact is that traveling vendor and Lumberjack are in the game files for the game, and why would they put them in there if they're not coming out anytime soon? When research about traveling vendors, something also came up in the same update, and that was diver propulsion, where basically it was just a smaller, is the equivalent of, let's say, a motorbike but under the water. Now this is just pure speculation, because I'm just going off the research that traveling vendor came out and diver propulsions were also launched the same time as the traveling vendor. I was actually able to get in contact with the person that put up these leaks or supposed leaks on his TikTok. Now on both sides of the coin, you could either take this as gospel truth or you could take it as just lying. I guess there's not much to gain from lying about this as well. He's put up real screenshots by the look of it. When looking at the travel vendor one, that was taken on the 17th of September. Which in fact is after when 11 had made that announcement that you weren't able to spawn in that sort of stuff on community servers. So he definitely didn't spawn it on community servers, which leads me to believe this actually was a possibility that he did this on the PTB. So basically he's saying that he had admin access to all the entities on the PTB. He had said that he could spawn bunkers, gingerbread mines, portals, and deployable bunkers as in the secret room under launch. I'll leave a screenshot for you right now so you can read and see what he said in full, because I'm not going to read out the entire list. One thing that I don't really get with these sorts of people that come out with all of this is that how come she didn't screen most of it? He said, I'm not sure, I don't usually post on TikTok, but I was amazed by in the first few things that I've posted, that's all I have. I broke the server trying all the developer commands, so I'm pretty sure they wiped and fixed it. I tried loading back in to get screenshots and clips, but the server was already broken at this point. I tried a lot of commands that you wouldn't normally have access to. I had to keep on going on alts because of all the commands I was trying soft locked the server every account I tried them on. I couldn't load in those accounts or it would crash. This is basically what happened when you had posted the wanted poster or placed it down somewhere on a wall. You would crash, and if you had access to the back end of that server on the Trial or G portal, you're able to teleport yourself to like the center of the map where you could then delete the entity. But if you weren't having access to the back end of the server, you would keep crashing the server and wouldn't be able to load in because of that entity. Crazy how some people are apparently able to have admin access on these servers. A couple of others said as well that they had this sort of access. I'm guessing Double 11 were hot on this case and were able to shut it down as quick as. Also, if you're not familiar, on the PTB they now have the Halloween event. I'll post some gameplay here for you, but just before that, let me know what you guys think about all of this stuff that's coming out. We have got a bunch of stuff to look forward to for next week. I'm going to be live streaming, diving into all the things coming to Rust Console, keeping you updated as and when I can. If you haven't already subscribed, if you're new around here, leave a like on the video and be sure to follow all my social media platforms and join up the Warfare Discord, which is going to be our 1 to 6 man servers. We're going to have modded servers, we're going to have vanillas, we're in talks with what bots we should or should not be using for this, and we're going to be 100% community driven. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and want to put your time and effort into playing, we're also looking for staff for certain roles, and be sure to join up discord.gg/warfare rust. Thank you very much for watching, see you in the next one.